So today I'm going to try and get this 1952 Chevy started after decades of sitting. That's right, you heard correctly. Today Richard and I have once again traded spots. He's behind the camera and I'm working on the car. So grab your beverage of choice and buckle up, because once you see what I have to work with underneath this hood, you might just fall out of your seat.
Okay. Whew, I do not know if I can get in here. Okay. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Hey, what do we have? All right, well, definitely, absolutely no floor. This is really interesting in here. I believe this car may actually have factory heating. And oh, look at that. It has a radio. Oh, wow. Lula does not have a radio. She has heating. It's not factory. The mileage, I cannot make it out, but I think the first number is a 9. Oh, look at that, guys. There is a key in the car. Wow. Key in the car. Look at that door rusted through. I have never seen that. Gosh, that looks terrible. Okay. Looks like a lot of the parts are just in the seat. You know, the seats look good. When I took a peek in here last year, I remember saying that the seats look good there. Oh, wow. Look at that cobweb. Oh. But that seat looks good too from what I can see. And you know what's really sad is the headliner on this. Boy, that thing held up as long as it could, didn't it? You can see it's finally started to just come down. But you know what I really want to do? I want to see if there's anything in that glove box. But I can't really get across this seat to get over there. I'm gonna have to go to the other side. I want to see if there's anything in there. Whew, if I can even get out. I think I'm stuck in this tree. Okay, before I move around to the side, this Chevy has backup lights. Can you see those? Wow. Lula does not have backup lights. So cool. And I don't know, it just says antique vehicle, Alabama. No date of any kind. Oh, it was not this bad last year.
Yeah, I got a really good grip.
No, I think, okay, you're on the opposite side. Let's see if this makes a difference. I do not see anything moving. I think it's just stuck.
All right, let's put some Mr. O in it. Barely free. How about the radiator? It's dry, as you can imagine. I mean, I'd be shocked if it wasn't. But at least the cap came off. You know, be thankful for little things.
Let me get over to the other side.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I know.
You want a machete?
Right. Did you bring it?
Yes. That's what's left of the fan belt.
Okay.
You know, something must have dragged it over here.
Huh. Is that, can you get that off?
Sure, I can.
Woo!
It's stuck. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's stuck hard. Yeah, it's stuck. Sorry to report that only 1 and 2 were any semblance of tight. The rest were finger tight only, barely finger tight. And what we found was on number 5, see, the porcelain is cracked big time and the plug gap is bridged. So this plug wasn't firing for quite some time, long enough for deposits to build up on this plug. And as I look in the plug down the center, there's rust on it. So this may be a problem cylinder. Number 6 is the best of the bunch, but
Yeah.
still a bit of rust inside. So this one's good. We're gonna fill the cylinders up with some mystery oil and let it sit. This one's got some bad rust there.
Yeah.
This engine's got some rust in it.
Yeah, I feel confident about that.
Let's go on to number 5. Now number 5 is the one that wasn't firing. Look at the rust in there. Wow. Wow, this might be the worst I've seen. So we bought it. We got a really good price on it, and it's worth it in parts. And frankly, if we don't buy it, it's just going to sink into the ground here and be scrapped. So I'm pretty happy with the decision, but now we have to get it out of here. There's a lot of junk to move. So I'm going to get at that right now. We got it out. Wasn't actually all that tough. Cut down a few trees and it's out. First gas stop somewhere in Alabama. Everything is going according to plan.
If you guys remember, my first and only will it run was a 52 Chevy. So when we found this 52 Chevy, almost 2 years ago? And we found out that it was going to be turned into a sofa. Yes, I said a sofa. We were like,
I had forgotten about
you
that.
I hadn't. It was like, we need to go down there and see if we can buy that Chevy. You know, we're a sucker for these 50 Chevys, so it was bound to happen. Now, are you ready to look inside before we tackle what's under the hood?
Dun dun dun.
The door might fall off. I know, so what has happened is they have left this window down. They didn't cover it. And so decades of rain has fallen through here and it's pretty much destroyed the door. Yeah. And we have not really taken any of this stuff out.
No.
So let's do that now. Why don't we take it out and put it on the floor and we'll come back and get a good look at what's inside.
Okay.
These hubcaps are mint. They're fantastic. One of the door trim and a couple of other pieces of trim. Oh yeah, that's gonna change everything. It looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous now. You know, someone had taken the time to redo this entire interior. You know, they didn't leave us any paperwork or anything. I'm really kind of disappointed in that. And look at that. It's a nice little shifter ball right there. Okay, here's a look at the back seat. This door actually is not all that great either. This might be the world's biggest cobweb. There's some mats in the back, which is interesting because this is a mat. So did they have mats on top of mats? Pretty much there's no floor left. It's gone, which is kind of common, but I don't know that I've seen one this far gone. And they put this nice cover. I guess that Richard, you thought they had those made for the seats?
Definitely.
Because you can see that's most likely the original. It actually protected it really, really well. Okay, here's the trunk. You know, I say they always leave a clue, and the fact that this are for oil makes me worry. I know.
Wiper blades?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're new.
Let's look at the front of the wheel. Yeah, that's the original wheel. So this has 5 original wheels on it.
Okay, so let's take a look under the hood, and just want to let you guys know that we actually looked at a lot of this 6 months ago. Richard took the spark plugs out. We put the camera down in the spark plugs, and we know what's in there. We put mystery oil in there, let it sit for 6 months. I'm not sure if it had much effect. Richard's not sure if it did either because it is a hot mess in there. So Richard and I had a discussion, and guess what? The head is coming off. Woohoo! You guys know that I love that, and I honestly think that there's something there that's preventing this from moving, and I don't want to waste a lot of time pulling a starter and you know, the flywheel and everything else. And then we found out there was something in there blocking the way and it was never going to unseat. So might as well just jump to it. And Richard agreed. Thanks, hon.
Sure.
Okay, so we have all the bolts out and we're going to remove the rocker shaft. This is actually in 2 pieces and you have to be super careful. Right there in the middle where the oil is. So if you're going to do this yourself at home, be careful, because if you break it, it's not good. This is very strange. It's probably because it's frozen, right?
Like taking muffins out of the oven.
Yeah, just like that. So this came out and this whole thing is stuck. Which, Richard, I gotta tell you, I don't understand why it would be stuck. We don't see any rust.
No, I don't understand it either.
So we're taking the push rods out, and if you don't know this, you need to make sure that you number them and keep them in order, because they must go back in the same order.
And why is that?
Because something bad will happen if they don't.
Because it's just a good idea. So while it's not absolutely critical that you keep them matched up, it's better if you do.
Because something bad might happen.
That's right.
Just got a piece of cardboard, cut some holes in it, number it 1 to 12, or how many ever you have. And then when you take one out, put it in 1, 2, you get the general idea. So that is what we're going to do next. So I took number 1 out, and do you see that? It looks amazing.
Yeah, no rust there. That's cool.
I'm wondering if the cylinder rust is because when you first found this, well, I should say I first found this, and then you agreed to my sanity of buying it, and you were doing the spark plugs. They were all loose. I wonder if moisture just got down in those cylinders and that's it.
I think so, but yeah.
We'll find out soon, won't we?
We will, and the car was stuck too, so some moisture got there. But yeah, that's probably it. Woohoo!
All right. Trying to get the radiator out. Got it?
I think so. Hold on.
There we go.
Got it. I'm hoping that was coolant in there, not water.
Okay. It's getting down to serious time, right? All right, let's go.
All right, let's try that. Go ahead.
You ready?
Yep.
Whoa.
Rope loose, keep going.
Oh. You see the oil thing? You got it?
Yeah, it's perfect so far. Keep going fast.
Oh. I can see them and they don't look that great.
Fast.
Uh-huh. Oh man, they are messed
Oh
up.
no.
Is it the 49?
No, but it's bad.
Yeah.
It's
See, this is
bad.
why I didn't want to mess around with that flywheel and everything. Oh, it is so bad. All right. Is that enough?
Yeah, see if you
I'm
can.
gonna let you guys see it.
Well, let's get this out of the way.
Oh,
Just
no.
pull this back.
Oh yeah, there was no way that was ever gonna come unseized the old-fashioned way.
Okay, you can pull it back now. We're up high enough.
This is how things can be deceiving from the outside. Oh, go to this one back here.
Oh God.
You know, I gotta say, if I get this running, I deserve a medal.
Look at that.
I know. I don't even know what. We're gonna have to clean that out a little so we can see what we're dealing with. Can you move your hand real quick?
To give the viewers an
Oh,
idea
no.
of what's
Yeah.
going on.
I've never seen anything like that. Ever.
That's very bad. That might be.
That back one looks good.
It's
Is it-
okay. It's rusty,
We
but
could
it's
clean that
okay.
one up. But these,
These are okay. We'll get these clean. These are right at the top, so they're probably going to be okay. But why is this one so bad?
I don't know. But you know, can I just say, there is one thing that we can look to as something good.
What's
That number 1 cylinder was full of mystery oil. And we remember last
This one
week,
was?
the first one, and it went down. So thank God for little things.
Look at this.
Yeah.
That's where the head gasket was. Let's look at the head.
I saw that when we, yeah. Did you see that? What is, look at this one right here.
really bad.
I gotta back this camera up. Okay, it's not where I like it. There we go. Now that is where I like it. That's insane.
Okay, but we've only got one really bad cylinder.
You think just one?
Yeah.
I think.
From the looks of the heads and the looks of this,
Have you been drinking, babe?
no, we got work to do on all of them.
Been day drinking?
But one really bad. I mean, I'm almost positive these two aren't stuck. You know, the amount of rust in here, what happened to the oil we put in there?
It went down.
Must have gone down pretty fast because it didn't. It's so rusty.
Mm-hmm. You know, this whole car has just been a mystery. But okay, well,
I'm thinking maybe that head gasket was blown,
it could have been.
and that's why that one's so bad.
Well, I think that we need to try to clean these up a little bit, and then we'll come back and let you guys see what we have to work with. This is good stuff. You know what I always say when this happens? You know what I say?
What?
This makes for good video. And it does.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's get to it. So we're taking a better look under here. Richard thought maybe it had blown a head gasket, and we were looking, but you're not seeing the normal signs you would see.
No, I don't think this head gasket is blown. I think the moisture came in likely through the spark plug holes. Right, here's the spark plug hole right here. A little more.
A little more, you
Yeah.
think? We went in and had lunch, let this sit for about an hour. Did anything happen? No.
The last one's empty.
Hold on. The one that, let me go this way. The one that looked the best.
Yeah.
Well, we got that for it going for us. So,
That's empty, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's empty.
Well, there's some hope there.
This one is empty. Well, no, it's not.
Mm-mm. Okay, well,
No, it's
so
not.
here's the
You
plan.
guys haven't moved.
We're going to start sanding where we need to sand, hone where we need to hone, and then we're going to fill it up with acetone and probably let it sit overnight. So let's get started. As the sanding goes is we are starting with the lowest, or I should say the highest, and then working our way down. So if, you know, say 300 doesn't seem to be cutting it, go to 220. 220 doesn't cut it, go to 180. And so we're doing. Actually, we're kind of encouraged because a lot of it cleaning up better than we expected. What do you think, Richard?
Yeah. Yep. And I think when we put the hone in it, it'll make it look even better.
I agree. Okay, so let's see. I mean, that one, I'm really shocked. You did a great job.
It's a lot better.
Yeah, so okay, so let's see what happens.
It's not good enough, though.
It's not, no, but let's see what happens after this. Ah, it looks so much better already.
It's better, but you can see it's still
Oh, there's a lot of pitting going on. Yeah,
heavily grooved, and that will stop the piston from moving.
yeah, but for the first honing, I think it looks great. Better than I expected.
Yeah, it does. It does, but it's got a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
The hone alone isn't going to do this, so we're going to have to go back to the real thick sandpaper, the gritty sandpaper.
We found a little tiny baby snake in the shop. And when I say it's tiny, That's my finger. It's tiny. Okay, it finally happened. I got grease on me, on my face. Woohoo! Can you see it? Yeah, you should see my arms. Check it out. Can you see all of that? Oh yeah. So I started cleaning this up. That's actually how I got so dirty. But it looks so much better already. And let's give them a look inside of here. Whew.
Doesn't look like the same engine, does it?
No.
Look at that.
Yeah, so much better. Now number 5, not perfect.
Still
Never gonna
very
be
bad.
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not sugarcoat it. It's still very bad.
Yeah.
But most of the pittings are indents. And the indents, while they'll ruin compression, they're not going to stop the piston from moving.
And you know, I can run on 5,
Well,
4.
You know, if we have to run with a low compression in number 5, we can live with that. It might not be 0. It might just be low.
Yeah, like 10.
Well, I'm hoping a little more than that, but ultimately, yeah, I mean, that has to be bored. We're not going to sandpaper and hone that out. It's got to be bored.
Yeah.
We're not going to bore it.
No, not a 216. No. Good morning. It is a new day out in the shop. I just took the wood off of the cylinders to see what happened overnight. And I'm going to flip the camera around and let you see. Okay. So it appears everything has gone down except a tiny little bit remaining along the edges of the number 5 cylinder. So let's get to work. The first thing we're going to do today is actually we're going to move this Chevy to the back bay here because it's cooler back here. And well, that helps a lot. So what I'm going to do first today, since the acetone seems to have went down, dissipated, I don't know, we're going to find out. Filled the cylinders with some mystery oil, gave them a good spray, and then I'm going to hit it with the block of wood right here and see if something might move. Wish me luck.
Okay. Yeah, much better. Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Well, okay.
Yep.
Anything?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I might need that pipe.
I don't think I've got a pipe big enough to do it.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. One of our cars in the trunk.
Ready?
No go.
So I am going underneath the car to take the starter bolt out underneath, and Richard has made me a very safe setup here, more so than he does with himself.
Three
So
jack stands, a block, and a jack. It's not going anywhere.
why don't you take this kind of care when you're doing it?
Because it's not you under the car.
Show me what's under here. Yeah, I get to see for myself. It's a hot mess, I'll tell you that. Make sure there's no killer spiders in here first. Alright, so the situation at the moment is I'm going to have to dig the daggone bolt out because it's covered with stuff from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, I believe. And now I just dropped the light. But that's okay. I tried.
Oh yeah, it's easy to see, isn't
I couldn't get it. Yeah, I've got it completely cleaned off for you.
it? Whoa.
What's wrong? Your what?
Rust.
Oh, under the car?
This is where I just got it to round off.
The bolt? The only thing advice I can give is don't talk
Okay.
when you're under there
You want to
doing
do the
that,
rest?
because
You got it loose.
dirt falls in your mouth. Okay, so I told Richard I would finish undoing that bowl because I have that one almost all the way done. And he could do the one on the bottom. Unfortunately, the funny thing is, since he jacked the car up, I can't do it because you know what we need? A lift. A lift. We need a lift.
It's on the list.
What?
It's on the list.
Where is it? And I'll go get it so you can try it.
The crowbar?
Yeah.
It's on the cabinet. I think the first cabinet.
The first cabinet? Okay. All right. Okay, so Richard is itching to try the flywheel. I think that the starter will turn it over, but if I don't let him try that flywheel, he might have a stroke. So he's under there. I'm gonna let him try. So I happened to notice that the Creole that was in here, because we put quite a bit in, that it looks to me like something happened to it. It's not as much as it was. That I feel 100% confident about. So that tells me that something is getting through most of these cylinders.
So, since you think the Creole has seeped down in, why don't you put some mystery oil in it? And if that seeps down in, then we'll give this another try.
Yeah.
Something I've seen before.
No, so I put Creole in these, and I'm using the rust marks as markers. So we'll know if anything went down. I swear, I feel like I see that when moving, and I'm not sure why. I don't know. It's a mystery. The whole thing is a mystery. So you said that there's a rust hole in the flywheel cover?
Yeah. That basically means this flywheel is laying on the ground. There's no other reason it would be this badly rusted. Wait till you see it.
The flywheel cover?
Yeah, it's a sight to behold.
Nice. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Oh wow, looks like there's a mouse nest in it too.
Oh, very nice. It just gets
That's probably why the rest of it.
it just gets better and better. Oh, interesting.
And look at the holes in it.
You know that's urine.
Yeah.
They stayed in there all winter.
Yep.
Peed in there. So I told Richard, this is the first time I've been able to actually record and watch the flywheel move while he's been doing that because it's up so high. That'd be fun.
I'm going to use cardboard rather than the creeper because the creeper's going to roll. Nice, great grip on it. It's moving.
Yeah, it's moving.
Woohoo!
But this is not moving up here.
It's moving.
But hun, the chalk mark's not moving up here.
Well, take
Hey.
it out of gear.
No, I have, you know what it could be?
What?
It could be the plumber wrench and this heavy pipe on it. Would that hold it?
No. Well, if it's in gear, it's only going to move so much.
Oh, you know what? You had me put it all the way down. That's right.
It'll move a little with it in gear. And it did move.
No,
It moved.
I saw it move. I did not disagree with
What
that.
did you see move?
The flywheel.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's going to move in a sec.
Okay, can you just take this off just to appease me?
We lose our good grip if we do that, but sure.
Because that's like 20 pounds.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. It doesn't
Yeah,
make
what?
it any easier
what
to
yeah,
spin.
that might be. Maybe that's fine to leave on, but I think that 20-pound pipe needed to come off.
Yeah, that's true. This is just gonna make it harder to spin, so let's get it out of here. You're right. You're right. Let's get it out of here. But it moved.
No, hun, I have it on camera. It did move.
Woohoo! Now let's see if it keeps going.
Okay.
I don't notice any change in those pistons.
No, but go under there and do it some more. I just want to see the chalk mark move. It moved a slight bit. Keep going.
This engine's moving, babe.
Yeah, you know what? Let me turn this fan off. I just realized this might be an annoying sound that I didn't. Go ahead. I'm watching.
Which direction the stuck
It's going
cylinder,
toward. Oh, you want me to watch the cylinders now?
Watch the direction the stuck cylinder is going, up or down.
So I think number 5 is coming up because
Okay,
the
beautiful.
mystery oil looks higher. Oh yeah, 5 is coming up.
Oh, that's beautiful.
5 is coming up.
That's testing the walls then.
Oh yeah, and then the 2 in the middle that were up are coming down.
Woo! It's unseized.
It is unseized and I did not do it. You know, I will tell you, I did not want to do the flywheel because I do not have the strength needed underneath that car to do what he's doing. Now, if we had a lift, I'm just throwing that out there. It'd be over my head and I could do it. But I can't position myself where I would need to be to have that strength. I admit it.
I just hit a real easy spot.
Okay, so you're almost at 1 full turn.
I'm hardly putting any effort into it.
Honestly, all of these, even the ones here, you know, that were at the top, underneath them, the cylinders are beautiful. And whatever happened, it didn't get past where the cylinders were at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, starter is out. Now, I tested this, I think a couple days ago, or was it last week? I don't know, losing track of time. I think it was last week, the first day we worked on it, and the solenoid is not working. Starter works great, solenoid, it does not. Okay, so I am working on trying to get the solenoid unstuck. So what happens is this arm should shoot this inside when it's engaging with the starter, but it was so rusted right here that it just wasn't smooth enough to go in there. So I'm going to start sanding this a little bit. And that should free it up enough to where I think we're going to be able to use that starter.
That's beautiful.
Looks good.
That's a nice starter, man.
So, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit claustrophobic under that car. It just freaks me out. So, Richard's going to pull the oil plug and let the oil come out for me. So, see if there's any water in there. Odds that there might be water in there?
Yeah, you think there's going to be water in here?
You know, it's hard. It's hard for me to judge. I feel like no with a but. No, but if there is, I don't think there's going to be much. Okay. What do you think?
I think there's going to be water. It's not going to be 2 gallons of water. But that cylinder got scored and the water went somewhere. Can you see it okay?
Yeah, I can see just fine.
Here we go. Whoop. Not much. Nope.
So my prediction was correct.
Not much, but lots of gunk.
Mm-hmm. Okay, screwdriver you have.
Let's see if I can get this to flow a little faster. Oh, that's screwdrivers. Yeah.
You know, it looks very dark from here, but it's dark under there, so I can't tell.
It's very black.
You know, it didn't look black on the stick. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It looked pretty darn good.
It's very black, but I'm super encouraged that there was nothing more than a few drops of water in it.
Nice.
Yes. I guess we'll just let that run. Hey everybody, on our second channel, More What the Rust, we're going to be having videos now regularly about what's happening in the shop. And one of the vehicles is this 51 Chevy 2-door hardtop that was in a fire. We're finally going to start working on this and getting it running and driving, and it's going to be awesome. Christina even picked out the color for it, which we'll tell you about later. And let's not forget about the 2 Fords that were flooded in 2010. This one, which I've nicknamed Grandpa, we're actually going to get this one street driving. I've taken a liking to it. I don't know why, but I really like it. And this one, the FEMA edition, that is running great now, but I think it's going to be a parts truck for Grandpa. So we'll be able, out of both of them, to get one really good truck.
How many? We have.
A couple stuck on the other half too.
All right. We got them all. You want to give them a demonstration?
So, these are all moving now.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
So Richard suggested something that I've never seen him do before. He's trying to throw a wrench into my plans, aren't you, babe?
Yeah, we have to get this upside down to scrape the gasket and check the valves. So we're going to lower it down on this trash can. I think it's going to work perfectly for our purposes. I think.
So you were saying that we should, of course, get this upside down first.
Yeah.
And then you were going to pour alcohol through it.
I'm going to put alcohol in the combustion chambers and see if it leaks through.
Yeah.
If it leaks through, then we've got a valve sealing problem.
And then I'll just have to do this. And then I'll just have to do the same thing that I did with the 49 Chevy.
Yeah, we'll have to get the valves out and lap them.
Yeah.
Which we may have to do anyway, but we'll see.
So far, there's no drips. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah. Under here? No? How long do you think it would take before it would start dripping?
I would think pretty quickly.
You have a halo over your head from the light. You're like an angel. Do you see it moving through here?
I don't. Isn't that funny?
Well, there you go.
Well, let's try the intake valves now, because those are all exhaust, so the exhaust is more likely to be bad. Now I know there's people at home screaming at me
For what?
doing this.
Why?
It's not a good test, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
And I think it's fun. I'm surprised that one's not leaking.
because, yeah, we said before we turned it over, a lot of these, you could see little cracks underneath them, right?
Well, I mean, yeah. Oh,
Oh, here we go. Here's
that one.
I was
That
gonna,
one.
well, it's leaking out in that area.
So this intake valve's leaking. We got to fix that.
I do not see any other. That's the only one. It's leaking through here, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the intake port. That's
Yeah.
exactly where it should leak through.
Well,
That's the only one.
yeah. I would think the alcohol would help clean it a little bit, too.
It may. It may. And this one, both of these intake valves are suspect.
It's a new day, and we are out in the shop working on the Chevy. We ordered the gaskets that we needed to replace, and so today we're just going to be doing a lot of prep work. I do want to look under that distributor because we've never looked under there.
Yeah.
Man, this thing looks tough, doesn't it?
What are you doing now?
Take it. I'm going to check underneath this cap. It's so rusty. I'm not sure I can get it off. There we go. Oh my. Okay. Okay. Well, that's kind of dirty, isn't it?
Okay, let's clean this up.
You do not have to have a file to do this. I know a lot of people say you do, but that should not prevent you from the task at hand. If you have some sandpaper around the house, you can do that. And Richard's friends told me that in the olden days of high school, they used to use matchbook covers. Do you remember them telling me that?
Yeah, and you can use the matchbook cover to set the gap as well.
That's funny stuff.
Yeah.
So one other thing that I'm worried about is this wire.
Richard said leave it alone, but that worries me.
So you just want a tiny bit of grease on the inside of this rubbing block so that it won't wear out prematurely, so when the distributor shaft spins, it doesn't wear out the rubbing block.
So we are working on getting the old gaskets cleaned up and ready for the new. So I'm going to go check on Richard. How's it going over here?
It's going okay.
Yeah?
These the gaskets around the exhaust ports, they're as close to being welded on as I've ever seen.
Trust me, I know. I got off what I could, and then what was left was what I couldn't get off. It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It
But
looks so
it's
much
almost
better
done.
already.
This part is left. You can see that. It looks like weld. It's not weld, it's
Oh, I
gasket.
know, it's funny.
But the rest of this is all cleaned up.
Looks good.
The top is mostly clean. We have to lap the valve, so
Yeah.
it's not prepped.
It looks so much better than it was the day we took it off.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So, check this out. The amount of dirt. I'm going to spray this up into the valve pocket. Watch the amount of dirt that comes out. This is an exhaust valve. Look at that.
Yeah.
So all that was in the valve pocket.
So I am kind of clean and sand down the exhaust. He's telling me to speak higher. We can adjust the volume now, remember? And it's hard to talk loud, but that's what I'm working on. And you're finishing up what?
Lapping the valves.
Okay, and it's date night.
Yeah.
Richard brought me flowers today, and I made him a cheeseburger for dinner. And now we're back out here working on the 52 Chevy. It's actually pretty romantic, even if you don't think so. It really is.
And it is getting dark now.
Yeah.
There's our kitty on top of Lula.
Is she?
Yeah.
All right,
All right, we're getting there.
back to work. You're on your last port. Is that where that gasket is just giving you
Yeah,
a fit?
Yeah. I've tried razor blades, I've tried gasket scrapers.
Okay, we have been waiting all day for the gaskets. Literally, it's almost 7 p.m. right now. So let's get to work because this is the most exciting time. Fingers crossed. Okay, so we have this cleaned off. I think it turned out well. Got the side gasket cleaned off. Well, you can't tell, it's backwards, but we cleaned all the ports off. Richard did a fantastic, amazing job on this. They all appear to be working now. So we have cleaned all the head bolts. I mean, anything that we could do in advance, we were doing so that when it finally arrived, we could just get to work. And I think we're good. All right, I'm hoping that was the hardest part that we have to do tonight and that it is out of the way. Don't you?
Yeah. Okay, you're good.
Okay.
This is 30. We're going to do 60. All of these with 30, then all with 60, and then all with 80.
80, yeah.
And we'll get back to you when that's done.
It's harder and harder.
Yeah.
In general, this is, other than some residue from old oil, this is what it looked like when we first took the cover off. And who, other than me, would have suspected what was underneath this, you know?
Yeah.
All right, we're so close. It's almost 9 o'clock. We have not had dinner. We're dedicated. So we were fighting with this one tiny screw. Richard couldn't get it in. I couldn't get it in. He dropped it under the car. I dropped it under the car. And finally we just said, we're going to do that screw tomorrow. Yeah. time to finish up what we didn't get finished last night and see if we can get this car started. All right, we only have a couple things left. Put the rocker shaft on, get the wires on, switch out to a 12-volt coil, and get some fuel going, and I think we're just about ready to get started. Okay, rocker shaft is on, and Richard said if we had it to do over again, we probably would have done that before we put the side cover on.
What you up to?
Taking this 6-volt coil out so we can put in the 12.
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to be really, really careful not to lose this tiny little bolt.
What you doing?
Putting this coil back in,
Okay.
and I had to finally take the gloves off because it was just a tight space, and I hate to do that, but so I need to wash my hands afterwards and put my gloves back on, because I see you cut yourself so much in here when you're working on stuff that kind of scares me.
Now what are you doing?
Putting in the last wire. All right, so we have gotten to the point to where we're ready to see if it'll at least fire, and then maybe start, and then guess what? Richard wants to try and drive it later.
It runs, I'm driving it. Go ahead.
Nothing. Something not hooked up.
Trigger came off.
Okay, okay. The excitement is building. Do you think the starting fluid is still okay? Has it dissipated?
You can put another shot in there.
Yeah.
It does evaporate quick.
That's what I thought. Okay. Here are. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Gas? Oh, sorry. Couldn't hear you. Okay. Do you think starting fluid again though?
No.
No? Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Does it?
Yeah, it's firing.
Well, yeah,
It's
but then toward
absolutely
the end.
firing.
Did you cut your arm again?
I don't know. It's absolutely firing. You just have to keep the starter from getting too hot.
Yeah, so, but we knew that we might
It's doing good.
have
It's
lost a
not hot.
lot of compression, so it has to kind of maybe build up again. I don't know. You know, I gotta be honest, I think it's more than I kind of expected at first. So,
I'm encouraged
I am
because
too.
the connection's not smoking anymore,
Uh-huh.
and it fired more.
Yes, it did. It did. Yes, it did. Yes.
The starter's not hot, so we can try it again.
Okay, so start with this.
No, you should start with the gas and then
Start
the
with-
starter fluid.
So are we done with the starter fluid?
No,
No.
give it another
Give
kick.
it another kick.
You should give it another starter fluid kick right before you're ready.
Okay.
Go ahead.
With the starter fluid again or
No.
this? Oh, okay. Oh, it was so close. It was so close.
I think it's gonna run.
I do too.
Woo! It's not hot. It's warm, but it's not hot. So let's just let it cool.
Whoa.
There is some blow-by coming out of here, but
There is. I wonder.
it's gonna happen.
Really?
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
So why is there blow-by coming back? Because we cleaned so much of that.
Because that's got to do with the ring sealing in the cylinder. When it
Oh.
fires, it's not all going out the exhaust. Some of it's coming into the crankcase and thus
Yeah.
up through here, because it's escaping past the rings.
I don't know if you feel our excitement, but when you have worked on something from sun up to sundown, sun up to sundown, sun up to sundown, sun up, like 4 days, this is so rewarding. It's just, you feel so good about your accomplishment. I know technically it hasn't started, but I think Lou, not Lula, Lou, for those of you that watch the channel, you know what I'm talking about. So I think Lou, the 52 Chevy, is going to start.
Okay, let's cut that and let it cool.
We have the gas hooked up.
And tell them the accelerator pump is working.
Yes, exactly. Just what he said. The accelerator pump is working. It's turning out to be a really good carburetor.
Yeah, so we're not going to need to prime it after the initial prime. We're not going to need to do that. I'll just use the accelerator.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, go ahead and hit it with the
Almost.
starting fluid.
All right. We're ready.
Go
Ready?
ahead, yep.
High five.
Yeah!
Oh my goodness. It was a little smoky.
Yeah, it's going to be at first.
It was a little smoky. I told you to bring that champagne down here. We forgot. Again.
We don't need it yet. We don't need
It
it
ran.
yet.
It ran.
It ran.
It ran. Oh my
And it
goodness.
ran a while.
It did run a while. That is so exciting.
Yep.
There's so much smoke. I'm really concerned about that.
Don't be.
However,
Don't be.
oh
leaks?
yeah.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Nope, no
Yeah,
leaks.
it ran. Ah, good job, Lou.
All right, I think it's time to hook the cooling system up.
Yes. Yes.
Let's do it.
I was so excited. I completely forgot about that. It's so funny. We switched jobs here because normally I would know what's going on over there. It's kind of weird over here. So, and we need to check for the oil pressure.
Yeah.
So, all right, get back with you. So we have actually moved Lou up a little further, closer to the exit door, in case Richard does get to drive him. So we went ahead and put the radiator on and hooked the hoses up.
Yep.
And well, that's pretty much it. We just wanted to make sure that it had some water so it wouldn't overheat. And now we do have a small leak in the radiator in that area. And that's about it. So now we're going to restart Lou. I need the starter button. Oh yeah. Whoa. What was that coming out?
Go ahead.
Start it again?
Yep.
So it's coming out of the radiator. kidding. Richard, that meant both of us should come out. He is so stubborn. Okay, so Richard has been working on a pull switch so he can stop the car in the event of an emergency, which will probably be pulled in like 10 seconds from exiting the shop. But maybe not, I don't know. And I don't think I mentioned this, but it is Richard's birthday today. So he said that since it's his birthday, he has the right to do something crazy. I told him he has the right to do something crazy every day, even though it's not his birthday. So I think he should do more crazy things. I don't know what that was. Well, I gotta tell you, oh my gosh, I'm impressed, Lou. You go. He's still going, I hear it. Plus, you could just look for the cloud of smoke. Maybe we should, instead of Lou, we should have called it Pigpen. Remember that character from Charlie Brown? So his plan was to go to the end, to where the gate was, see if he could get the Chevy to go in reverse, which he did. Okay, here he comes. And then he's gonna come back here. Wow. Something fell off, but I don't know what that was. This is funny. Oh my. Oh my gosh, it's funny. Oh, he's deviating from the plan. He must be having way too much fun. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's funny. So there are no brakes, so I think he just turned it off. So, uh-oh. Are you going to be able to stop? I gotta tell you, that was impressive, Richard.
Was it?
Something fell off the Chevy. I don't know what it was. It was over here. Oh my gosh. That was hot. How about you did a good job? Did you have fun?
Oh yeah.
It was crazy.
This thing's a powerhouse.
Yeah, of smoke. I said instead of Lou, maybe we should call it Pigpen. Remember that character from Charlie Brown where with the smoke of the dirt?
Yeah.
Well, it's not dirt, but you could see where you were from the smoke. You didn't even have to use the ripcord to stop it.
The switch works perfectly.
I'm surprised it ran as long as it did with you doing all that craziness.
How about the time I absolutely lost control? Did you notice that?
No, you
Where did I
played
come,
it so
here?
quickly. Yes. Oh, and then when you went up here again, well, I said that you were deviating from the original plan, but I thought you were just having so much fun you were going to go for it again.
Yeah, I didn't know it would do donuts.
Yeah.
But when I came down here, I was out of control.
Oh, no, you played it off really well.
Yeah, I was completely out of control. It's like, whoa.
All right, well.
Time to celebrate.
Yeah, it is. All right, so we'll have to come back to you.
Getting this unlikely car running deserves a celebration.
Absolutely. Hopefully it's not flat. We just bought it.
Yeah, unlike the last time we did this.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that video, it's 1950 Chevy.
It was a lot of fun.
It's
a lot of
fantastic.
work.
Thank you all for watching very much. Whoop, not flat that time.
No, now we're talking.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching, and please like and consider subscribing. That really helps us out when you do. There you go.
Thank you. It's nice that you're joining us for the celebration.
Yeah, it really is. And you know, Christina, you did so well on this car.
Oh, thank you.
She did most of the work. It may or may not come through on the video, but she did most of it. I just did the heavy lifting.
That's right. No, that's not right.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
So
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Thanks again for watching. See you again soon.
Until next time, I'll be chatting with you in the comments. I told Richard that something black I thought fell off the Chevy, but guess what? It was his phone. Oh no, Richard.
Oh, it's right in the tire track.
It's not cracked.
How is that possible? It's right in the tire track.
I don't know. It just keeps getting better
That's one for the blooper reel.
and better. Oh my gosh. Yes, but I can't believe that's what it was. Thank goodness it's on the video. So if there's anyone out there that wants to slow it down and zoom in, they'll know I wasn't fibbing. This really happened. So funny.
And it was in the tire track.
Happy birthday.
Wow, yeah.